Was it a concept or was she finding it acceptable reason that you not to nurture? Was it a concept or was she finding it acceptable reason that was it a concept or was she finding it acceptable reason that you not to nurture? For developing all good reasons. Taking care of the age now for one certain place in origin.
Of all the things you wish you'd never
Was
done,
it a concept or was she finding it acceptable?
I've heard you say that this
Was it a concept or was she finding it acceptable reason that you not to nurture? For care of
another
another being
life
for
down
all good reasons.
another road.
Taking care of the age for not for one certain place and origin for the religion and expectation that maybe they're unethical enough to find yourself at the foundation of the emotion of the blackmail.
Don't dream of all the ways things
The reason to give me not the happiness known anything for you and not will for their own sake, for their own children.
faces you let in.
There's to be some closing of the doors today, not because of the pride and capital. Maybe the arrogance is simply because they lead you to nowhere.
Soon enough, you
It
see
isn't treating me well,
just what I
reflecting you are not been
mean.
treating you. By noticing you can work on the change with the person who's judging you. You are not behind for the confidence in the person that is rude to you. Reminding you to practice the more self-love makes you feel powerful. Reminding you you've forgotten how powerful you are. If you didn't know the person who gives you that attention, the craving
all of your
will
outlets.
remind you to give yourself.
You in that place, the bird
That
between the
affection,
trees,
that
the limiting
passion,
outstretched for the
passion,
head to the side,
soul,
the possibly
power
collecting
behind
at the
the roots
twist
of
and maybe the
forgiveness of the
association of your Christ and cross.
You are
Living
the
for what was
progression.
lost for the knowledge and I beat your tip.
You are the lesson.
Granted for the dose to be the faith for the town for the living,
are
the peace
the
and
peace.
almost in high eternity and the
You're looking for
rebirthing of
peace
the
that comes
years
as soon
from
as there's
finding immunity
difficulty,
for the
chaos,
own.
whether rather seeking
Alchemical
combination of the
symbols
two,
and
the foundation,
representations of the
unconditional
chemical
openness,
and
and rise.
reflections of the progression, maybe the properties of the matter for the only understeps of the alchemy. May I
as expansive enough to include all the rises with the feeling and threatenness.
modern additions towards your popular culture define your phoenix.
You
Healing
must
powers
push
with the
through
understanding you cannot live a lie.
with love,
Continually more for than can remorph.
willpower, for never
Representing the
forgetting
idea
what
of
you are.
Damascus
Surely
only
the
for
world
the
will not
beginning
make
of
it
the most
strength to make
powerful
me
self
never
of the
with
simple
to armor
figure to be
myself,
born
then it can
again.
never
The
be
human
used to
language
hurt
and
me.
imagination I cannot understand you. These cannot consume the properties. You're seen as the flooding, fertility, and balm and predecessor for these to fly to the city of the sun without understanding the origin, bursting into riding between the tails of the flame. This is not the course for the remorse of one single clap of the shimmering. Superior and I validity, maybe the wisdom, the false impersonality, the teachings of myself with the heart for the people of the past and understanding the compression, the passion, the empaths, those from the shrine and those who shine. Research yourself with the understanding it obliterated, maybe the just possessions and faculties in yourself for the suffering, bringing the balance, conditions of your behavior. Not looking for the materials and methods to make that change you are subjected to. Using these fundamentals, your thought for the interpretation of your internal archetype, your parameters and your ethnicity, understanding your Zen and I can't take you with me. The unveiling, the unraveling, the alchemy, the art of the mental and the human transportation. Maybe I can be sacred symbols, you. Declaration as a principle to know myself. Love not to know the course and I'm not in a part of the world but outside and in. Hidden in the travels in the caves of myself and I'm a lion. The music inhabitates myself and find myself with the realism. The king in a tone. The nation ruin. Discover. Heart. Find the declarations of these principles and the importance of my course and all of the internal reflections and the social masses that symbolize you for the message of your connections of the higher learning personality for the unveiling of God to return. These storms weeping, stellar dreams hovering, clouds, the wind, the death, the soul, the thing to keeping me alive, for the strength, for the resignation, for the I believe, for wanting nothing for the world. Not to point the finger, point at to see how I could put a bill roaring for the same sentence, and these are the legends, the understanding, the lowness, the pie. I'm going home. Taking some time, taking some space, gather the energy, refocus and replenish. I keep thinking of nothing in particular and so peaceful, and I can recommend it to you only one source of understanding and planning for you left inside of me, space and for me. Generally, always relevant for most, itself spread out from the waist for the verbosity and maybe at the interest, and I could been dismally losing myself in the sand. Years, for many years of cold, pouring wind, and maybe the fragments, and taking it slow. For it's a journey, a bridge. I felt like this, I was years before, for somewhere else it had the time, but now I'm in the process where I was wanted to be around, for not the skin smell like memories of chronological order of water. I'm laying on.
These storms weeping, these storms, stellar dreams hovering. These storms weeping, stellar dreams hovering. Clouds, the wind, the death, the soul, the thing to keeping me alive, for the strength, for the resignation, for the I believe, for wanting nothing for the world. Not to point the finger, point at to see how I could put a bill boring for the same sentence, and these are the legends, the understanding, the lowness, the pies. You can find yourself in no friend for the physics. Along yourself for the side for the understanding, yet you and maybe be the polymath for the inventor other yourself, and perhaps that you can only be one figure. If you are not the humanistic, maybe the ideal. For the mass, for the energies and equivalents, and what you had to been done before your world must be development for the relativity. The pillars of the modern technology. For the modern metaphysics and maybe the equivalent, maybe the philosophy. Maybe the remaining for what you can have yourself, but the deriving from later. Inspire for the moments of yourself, for the people rights, and also for the horrific, and maybe the meaning of you, vulnerable. In an ancient way, philosophical as a philosopher would be for distinguishing of the act, and maybe the percentage of known, for the life, for the education, the knowledge of self, and the self-taught ways, and maybe the remaining of what you have for everything stored. For the God, for the love, for the hunger, for the humans, for the owns, for the weeping. For those who little know themselves about yourself, and education in the system, and maybe express yourself for the obscure. Famous statement for the understanding, for the never, the river, the known tribes, for the unity, for the opposites of stating yourself, for the path, for knowing you can go existing in times. Cryptic and utterly, maybe the intent, according to the ways that you find yourself, a lot of the subject you find yourself numerous in interpretations and understanding with consideration. Fundamentally for the element that you can believe that you create yourself for the rising, for all things to be deceived, for the regarding of the soul to be a mixture of what entail, for the mobility and understanding, for the ignorant, and maybe the soul, for therefore to be put for in yourself, for the lexing of the water, for the understanding of the soul. That's the according to your desires and pursuit. Some interpreted from these all organs, living things, for maybe original, for the enduring of change, for the making for the hour, for maybe I cannot be sleep, for the type of voice to come, for the long clock. Listen, not be acquainted for the many things, not being deep, for the understanding, for the learning, for the concentrating, for the energy. I need myself for the night, maybe for the world, for the peace, for the hunger, maybe the understanding of the corrosion. The amnesty for the universe, the same for all not being made for God, for I can be the God for the man. Living for five, for beginning for every regular measure, for coming down as a child's play for checking, maybe the kingdom for belonging for child. Generosity, maybe the pioneer for the wisdom. For the learning life, even maybe for the being, for the revealing of the nature of the philosophy, maybe the content. Maybe mankind for the weaving of the philosopher, maybe I can understand for the not for the weaving is little known but about myself and their self-knowledge. Generalizing, not walking for the path of the common world, for each understanding for the private. Listen, I acquainted myself for the understanding, for paying attention to be king.
You were the humanistic and maybe the
Hearing for the reflection,
philosophical good reason. Immersed as a tradition, maybe all belief for the secret God, maybe the extracting family.
The movement. No, the humanistic studies. You were the humanistic. You were the humanistic and maybe the study. Philosophical good reason. Immersed as a tradition, maybe all belief for the antiquity, maybe the extracting from the principles and values that you find out of man inside the consciousness and the intelligence. Regardless of those who find the population, but you were the humanistic and maybe the study. Philosophical good reason. Immersed as a tradition from maybe all belief for the antiquity, but maybe the extracting from the principles and values that you find out of man inside the consciousness and the intelligence. Personal teaching. You shouldn't pursue the lucrative. Maybe for the people, regardless of those who find the population, but you were the humanistic and maybe the study. Philosophical good reason. Immersed as a tradition from maybe all belief for the antiquity, but maybe the extracting from the principles and values that you find out of man inside the consciousness and the intelligence. Gamble to know yourself. I warn you, wherever you are, you want to be pro with the nature for you do not need to find yourself with it. You are looking for you for this. You'll not find yourself outside of you either. Ignore the excellence of your house. Pretend to find the other excesses. Within you, this hidden treasure for the treasures you know yourself. Universe for the gods, for the incursion of the front piece. Your temples. Certainly I do not find the in-self, for the in-south, for the seeking of the neighborhood, for the iron is not maybe the affirmation of the knowledge for the come to true. And it's time for everything invites us to the extra rise, for the maybe the enjoyment, for the sensation to pay the honor. The new Lord for the world, for we are for God, for the most, for the important part of ourselves, we laugh and cry, we dare to fear, for there we love and hate. Maybe the way that we find the secrets inside the resorts. Believe to know we know ourselves, but what we do for really not know. The name is given to us, for the body was lent to us. Knowledge we acquire, but then who are we? Is there any more for the side, for the end life, or for us to go to the cradle, for the grave, for the continue with the ignoring, for the are we there to the end, for the coming of this world? Contentment for the tragic existence, for those who come to die, for the not known, for the reason why they have life. Everybody believing that they know they love themselves, but maybe they're not for the remedy for the suspect, or they're not one for the body, meaning for the really not assumed individually turned into the multitudes. Maybe the bipolar wouldn't be people in the passage of never have there. Order yourself to lead the ship wherever he please. I am to swear for the external, for the lady displaced for another, leaving herself at the altar for another, running away for the swearing of the infidelity of maybe the country of the displaced. Another one who finds himself to the secrets of the bitter. That promise is transparent, for thy govern me also for the multitudes, for the displacement by another when they have that dirty money. You can find that worship within that God today, since this place, for the shortly after I can never totally find myself skeptical to the way, but your doctrine is maybe I can find yourself that naive. It's not that possible for any way for you to find the infinite. Or maybe the contradictions in every one that everybody else possesses, and maybe we can find ourselves in every full length of the mirror that we are, for we can discover ourselves. In a direct way for the life, the this doctrine, the meaning. We can find ourselves as an individual, then maybe we can find the critical analytical thinking and understanding. Maybe it's everything. It's important. As passion to combine the well to hell to find your ship, whoever it pleases, maybe to find the thing. Not find trying contradictions, maybe the purpose of awakening your consciousness and consistency, and maybe to find the overall. Access and yourself through requirements. And like it not for God, abandonment for the illusion, never for the trip. Or if we're not, you could be submerged.
All the things you wished you'd never done. I've heard you say that this is number one. Another life down another road. Perhaps you're better off to never know. Don't dream of all the ways things could have been. Remember all the faces you let in. Remember all the faces still unseen. Soon enough you'll see just what I mean. It's nothing to cry about, 'cause baby baby, you're out. You've always felt it hard to voice complaints, but what you voice is what will drive your fate. No, things never really got that bad. Dreams of greener grass that drive you mad. Don't dream of all the ways things could have been. Remember all the faces you let in. Remember all the faces still unseen. Soon enough you'll see just what I mean. It's nothing to cry about. 'Cause baby, baby, you're out.